According to Spanish ESPN, Ilia Topuria is reportedly keen on defending his title against Arman Tsarukyan, but only if he gets through Justin Gaethje first. It's a surprisingly sharp change of direction, considering where Topuria has stood on this matchup in the past. A report suggests that if there's one title defense Ilia has his heart set on, it's Arman. Tsarukyan has been sitting near the top of the lightweight division for quite some time now, and if the long-awaited Islam Makhachev super fight fails to come together, there may simply be no other elite option left standing. What makes this even more compelling is the complete reversal in Topuria's tone. Not long ago, he was publicly dismissing the Tsarukyan matchup, going as far as saying he'd rather walk away from the sport than share the octagon with him. That's exactly why this latest report sent fans into a frenzy. But when you take an honest look at the lightweight landscape, the situation may be righting itself. If Topuria handles Gaethje and the Islam fight stays frozen, Arman could be the unavoidable next step. And stylistically, it's one of the most challenging tests on paper. Tsarukyan's wrestling pressure and physicality bring a completely different set of problems compared to anyone else Topuria has faced. And speaking of Gaethje, he just sent a direct message to Ilia, promising to rearrange his face. Let's hear it straight from Justin.
But I have a great coach and we're going to have a great plan. And I'm going to, change his face just like I always do to all my opponents.
Oh, I love that. That gets me excited.
One thing I've always said is when I think my younger self would beat, myself now, then it would be time to call it quits. And having these challenges, being the underdog against Paddy was awesome. I convinced myself they're better than me. I convinced myself I'm going to lose. That way I work so hard. And when I do win and when I am successful, I'm surprised. I was surprised at how effective and how dominant that fight was, because again, these guys have so much momentum. Paddy has so much momentum, and it's really something similar to this fight that I'm going to have to steal early, and I was able to do that with a big body shot and, drop him in the first round, and then now he's battling momentum, and that's going to be a big factor in this fight as well. So, these young up-and-comers, they're not going to stop. These kids are coming from all over the world.
Michael Bisping just weighed in on one of the most anticipated fights of International Fight Week, Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit Saint-Denis, and according to Bisping, the stakes for Paddy couldn't be much higher. Bisping's view is straightforward. A win over BSD puts Paddy right back in the lightweight title conversation. He even floated the idea that a victory could breathe new life into a potential Paddy versus Ilia Topuria showdown, a matchup that already has some history behind it, which only adds more edge to the rivalry. There's another layer here too. Merab Dvalishvili revealed something interesting about Ilia's thinking heading into the Gaethje fight. Merab said that Ilia had told him if Paddy had beaten Justin, he would have been more than happy to take that fight next, and then go after Islam afterward. But once the highlight got the win, Ilia felt the Paddy matchup just didn't fit the bigger picture anymore. That makes the Paddy versus BSD fight matter on multiple levels. If Paddy wins, he doesn't just bounce back into contention, he potentially reopens the door to one of the biggest grudge matches the UFC could put together at lightweight.
There's no more Jared Gordon matchups, okay? And I don't say that as a disrespect to Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon is a tremendous fighter, and he pushed Paddy to the absolute limit that night. The question that I'm asking you is this the right fight for Paddy Pimblett? I think when you look at all of the rankings, the answer is yes. I think this is a winnable fight. I think it's a very, very dangerous fight. I think Benoit Saint-Denis probably hits a little bit harder. Benoit Saint-Denis on the ground might be able to handle Paddy's submission game, but there's also a world where Paddy takes him down, gets on top of him, and has a 10-7 round to start, just like Renato Moicano did, and then finishes him in the second. Who knows? Maybe he gets a finish in the first. I think this is perfect matchmaking. Certainly when you factor in that it's International Fight Week, you got Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway in the main event, Paddy Pimblett, the Scouser versus the Frenchman in Benoit Saint-Denis, Corey Sandhagen taking on Mario Batista, Brandon Royval taking on London's Loney Kavanagh, Gable Stevenson making his UFC debut.
Dana White didn't hold back when asked about the controversial finish to the Alexander Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven fight, calling it a horrible ending to a bout that had been genuinely competitive right up until the stoppage. The fight was tightly contested, with Rico appearing to be in control through significant stretches of the action. It came to a halt in the 11th round when the referee intervened, a call that most observers described as premature at best. The controversy only intensified when Rico spoke out immediately after the fight, specifically questioning the timing of the stoppage. He claimed the referee stepped in after the bell had already sounded to end the round. Rico made clear he wasn't out of it, wasn't dazed, and was still very much in the fight when it was waved off. Rico isn't ruling out pushing the matter further either. His team is reportedly weighing an appeal. And from his perspective, the fight should either be reviewed as a potential no contest or sent to the scorecards, where he's confident he was ahead when the stoppage came. The fallout has sparked a loud debate across the combat sports world, and Dana White's reaction only poured more fuel on the fire.
Welcome to boxing, boys. I mean, is it shocking? Yes. Is it shocking? No. I mean, it's just, that is boxing. It's just the way that sport always seems to play out. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Definitely a bad stoppage. One of the worst I've ever seen. You know what I mean? He goes in, and when they played it back in slow motion, he's kind of like dancing, like he doesn't know what to do, whether he's going to jump in or not jump in. Driving me crazy, man. I'm like, what fucking fight is he watching? Are you shitting me right now? I was so frustrated. But anyway.
Welterweight standout Daniel Rodriguez has officially confirmed that he's stepping into the cage against former champion Leon Edwards at UFC 329. D-Rod revealed he received the offer and accepted it on the spot, setting the stage for a high-stakes striking battle between two of the division's most dangerous fighters. Rodriguez is riding momentum off a win over Kevin Holland and is pushing hard to crack the top of the rankings. Leon, meanwhile, is looking to claw his way back into title contention after a rough stretch of results. Both men have something major to prove. UFC 329 goes down on July 11th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and the card is shaping up to be a monster. Conor McGregor takes on Max Holloway in the main event. Gable Stevenson makes his long-awaited UFC debut. And now Rodriguez versus Edwards is almost locked in as another massive fight on an already stacked night.
Ideally, in a perfect world, when would you get back in the octagon?
Man, I'll be real with you guys. I'm probably looking about International Fight Week, and I got an offer, an amazing offer. So you guys will probably see me in there with Leon Edwards. International Fight Week, man. That's sometime around July.
Wow, did they offer that to you?
Just today, man. And been thinking about it, made the decision right now. I'm accepting the offer for Leon Edwards International Fight Week.
On a separate note, Leon Edwards was asked about Ian Machado Gary and didn't exactly dish out compliments. Leon went straight for the jugular, pointing to Gary's loss to Shavkat Rakhmonov and calling it the biggest achievement of his career so far. A bit of a backhanded comment, but that's Leon. The two were linked to a potential matchup a while back, but that conversation has long since moved on. For now, Edwards is locked in on D-Rod, and that is far from an easy fight. Khamzat Chimaev is done playing games, and his latest tweets make that crystal clear. The Wolf went straight to X, tagging Sean Strickland with a direct call-out, "I'm waiting. Tell me when you're ready. Next time somebody has to be dead." And if that wasn't enough, he followed it up with a second tweet, making his intentions absolutely clear. "No excuses, I just want to F him up. This S trying to run away. No mind games, no political maneuvering. Just Khamzat Chimaev on his most dangerous, unfiltered energy, and pointing the finger directly at Sean Strickland. Now, Strickland has been vocal about a lot of things lately, but Chimaev is essentially calling him a runner, and in MMA, that's one of the worst things you can be labeled. The question is, does the UFC make this fight happen? And the fans are split on this one. One side is hyped for the rematch and wants to see Khamzat get his revenge. But the other side says Strickland already handled him once, and Chimaev needs to accept the loss and move on before demanding another shot. So we're asking you, should the UFC book Chimaev versus Strickland 2, or is Khamzat jumping the queue? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. That's it from MMA Time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA updates.